We're here today to celebrate Joe and Annie and their 50th wedding anniversary. These two have brought so much joy to everyone that have crossed their path in the last 50 years. They have 4 wonderful children, and they have 1 angel baby. They have 7 grandchildren and 8 great-grandchildren. These two are a perfect example of what love is and how to pursue happiness. Their love story started when they were young adults. They wanted to get married, but Annie was too young to get married in the state that they lived in, so they had to run away. The next state was an 8-hour drive, but they didn't let that long distance travel stop them. They loaded up and they ran off, and they got married. And so begins their love story. Before they knew it, their little family of 2 grew to 3, then to 4, and before they knew it, there were 6 of them. They worked hard to provide for their 3 girls and 1 boy. They both had jobs outside of the home, and some days didn't get to see each other much. They took advantage of their time together when they could get it. They formed friendships within the community and had date nights with their friends and all of their children. And when I say date night, I mean that they all went to one of their homes and they cooked for all their children and they spent time together. Very rarely did they get to go out on a date when it was just the 2 of them and go out to eat and have someone serve them. Back when they were raising their children, having alone time was almost unheard of. The friendships that their marriage has come to know is such a blessing still to this day. They taught their children how to love one another just like they love each other. Annie taught her children, and Joe at times, how to love without prejudice. There were times when Joe was on night shift and he wasn't in the best of moods. Annie would try and kill him with kindness. She would shower him with love to the point where he would just give up and kiss her and go to bed. And as the children grew, they learned to form a united front. When the boys were in trouble, sometimes they would test Annie's running abilities, and they would run off when they were in trouble. In turn, their father took care of things when they got home. Let's just say that running away was not to their advantage, but they did learn to respect their mother. Joe and Annie had a united front as well. Raising children is not easy, but they did it together. All of their children and grandchildren are very successful, and that's something to be proud of. A couple of decades ago, Joe was diagnosed with cancer. Joe had to have major life-changing surgeries to beat the cancer. Through all of it, Annie was there by his side. She didn't leave. The surgeries changed his life forever. It shook up their entire life. Joe was unable to work. Annie cared for him when she could, but she had to return to work as well. They fought the battle together and won. This was a very difficult time in their lives, but they focused on what was important and they made it through. A couple years ago, Joe had the opportunity to return the favor to Annie when she had a heart attack. He cared for her when she was sick, and she also had to have surgery. She had to change her whole lifestyle. He was right there through it all. He made sure that she went to all of her doctor's appointments, and he made sure that she didn't miss not one of those lengthy cardiac rehab appointments. Seeing the love that these two have shared over the last 50 years is truly an inspiration. Their marriage has not been all roses, flowers, and butterflies. And they have had their ups and downs, and they're in sickness and in health times. They have fought the burdens of financial demons, and still to this day, they love each other, and they turn to each other for advice. They are a true picture of what unconditional love is. I would like to take this opportunity to wish them the best in the years to come. Thank you.